What is an S2C practitioner? In previous videos, we went over the research study on spelling to communicate, that's the abbreviation S2C. In that video, you will learn about the one study that was done in humans. That study answered the question, is the speller actually the one spelling? The research used technology to determine if the speller looks at the letter before they select it. This was an important question to answer with the research study because historically, people with non-speaking autism were considered to have low intelligence. Basically, because they didn't have a way to communicate their intelligence, they were thought of as lacking intelligence. Not true. In that research study, there was something called a communication and regulation partner for the spellers. Some people call that person an S2C practitioner, and that's not technically accurate. Let's learn more about that. Hi, I'm Dr. Teresa Lyons. I teach parents the cutting-edge science of autism so that you can make the best decision for your child based on quality information. Elizabeth Vossler is the person who is credited with originating and growing the S2C technique. She is, by training, a speech and language pathologist. She's had decades of experience working with non-speaking individuals and is very dedicated to the non-speaking population of autism. The International Association for Spelling as Communication, it's IASC, that's the organization that trains spelling to communicate practitioners. It is very important to note that this organization, IASC, is led by 10 non-speaking people with autism who are fluent on the letterboard. Leadership also includes an executive team and practitioner leaders. So there are many perspectives that are involved in running this organization. So important. So what is an S2C practitioner? S2C is a method for teaching purposeful motor skills for communication for individuals with autism and other sensory motor challenges as a means of augmentative and alternative communication. That's also abbreviated AAC. You might be familiar with some of the other AAC techniques like LAMP or PECS, things like that. S2C practitioners work with non-speaking children and adults to teach the motor skills necessary to point to letters to spell words, sentences, paragraphs, books, and so forth. As motor skills improve through consistent practice, students progress from pointing to letters on the letterboards to typing on a keyboard. And I have videos that go more specifically into the technique, so check them out below. The practitioner can have any background. They do not need to be a speech therapist or an occupational therapist or anything along those lines. They do not need any therapeutic background. Technically, at this moment, S2C is not a therapy. It takes about 6.5 months of training to become an S2C practitioner, which includes a short internship. New practitioners are assigned a mentor so that they can continue to grow and learn. There are currently less than 100 trained S2C practitioners. S2C practitioners are trained and certified by IASC. I know lots of abbreviations. Communication and regulation partners are those people who hold the letterboard and spell with someone. S2C practitioners can coach and guide a parent or teacher or brother or sister or au pair or anyone who will regularly be with the speller. And that's an important goal. If your child is learning S2C, you will want to learn to be a great communication and regulation partner so that they can spell with you and share their most inner thoughts. This isn't something you want them to be able to do with only one person. That's the difference. The S2C practitioner is the professional who is teaching this approach. The communication and regulation partner is anyone who can spell with the speller. If you found this video to be helpful, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel to get the cutting edge scientific information about autism so that you can make the best decision for your child based on quality information.